Hi, it's the Honey Queen, and I'm going to make honey pumpkin bread. Do you have a pumpkin that needs pureed? Or just go to the store and get yourself a can of pure, not the pie filling. Some things to have on hand. Of course, Cox's honey. You can use any oil. This is canola oil. You can use olive oil, vegetable oil, 2 eggs, vanilla, milk, cinnamon, baking soda, salt, pumpkin pie spice, sugar, flour, and I had to go borrow brown sugar because I don't shop on Sunday, and I still had that hard sugar while I hadn't bought that. Anyway, there we go. So that goes there. Let's start with our mixing our pumpkin. It's 1 can of 15 ounce. The next thing I'm going to add is the brown sugar packed. It's 1/2 cup. And I do it in this order because I don't want the honey to slide right out. Mix the oil, 1/2 cup. 3/4 a cup of honey, and I've already put the oil in here so it slides right out. That's how I measured it. In other words, measure your oil first. We're going to mix this until it's fluffy. Here it is fluffy. Next I will add the vanilla, which is 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla and 2 large eggs. Next I will whisk my dry ingredients, which is 2 cups of flour plus 1/4 because we're doing honey instead of sugar, so it makes it a little more liquidy. To add a solid, you know your chemistry. So we're going to mix that with 1/2 teaspoon of pumpkin spice, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of
baking soda.
Hope I got that right. 1 teaspoon of
baking
1
soda.
teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of pumpkin spice, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, all in there. You whisk this, and we're going to add 1/2 of this to our pumpkin mixture. I do scrape down the sides a little bit in between, but after it's mixed, then you add 1/2 cup of milk. It's very important you do this order. Mix. Then you add the rest of your dry mix and mix it again. And while this is mixing, I will preheat the oven to 300 degrees. I'm going to show you this. You can do muffins, you can do big loaves. I like the little 4 loaf thingy here. And I butter the sides, and then I use parchment paper, which is a really ingenious idea because I will eventually, when it's cooled off, I will pull it out. It's a genius idea. So. All right, so I scraped it down. You can see what it looks like in there. Smells awesome. I like to use this scooper because it's a little easier to put in. You just put it in your stoneware or whatever you're cooking in. You fill it about 1/2 to 3/4 full. It's going to bake. And these will probably take about 30 minutes. If you were doing a big loaf, it'd be about 1 hour. You always want to turn it down. That's why it's at 300, so you don't burn it, because honey will burn. So I stand corrected. It's about 3/4 full. Put those in the oven. Hey Alexa, set the timer for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, starting now. You want to check it with a toothpick and make sure it comes clean, but you don't want it too dry, so I want it just a little bit moist. Now while that's in the oven, let me talk about the strudel I do on top. So I have in here a half a cup of flour and a fourth a cup of brown sugar. Half a tablespoon of just plain white sugar. A little bit, like a half a teaspoon of pumpkin spice. And I'm gonna break up the brown sugar in here, and also the sugar. And then you add to it, and then it's a fourth a cup of butter. I use this kind of butter on all my baking and cooking. After you mix this, you actually put it in the fridge and let it sit up. You know, the other options, you can use a honey glaze. The glaze is a half a cup of powdered sugar and a fourth cup of honey. You have your option of mini chocolate chips, white chocolate chips, regular chocolate chips, dark chocolate chips. I actually did one loaf of each thing one time. We decided the strudel was our favorite, but they all were pretty good. Grandkids, did you find the bee? Now this is this right here. Found this at Hobby Lobby. Give me some ideas. So I'm wondering what to do with this. So if anybody has any ideas, please comment below. You notice I got things cleaned up because there's a called one-step method where you touch it one time and you put it away. That way it keeps it all clean. Just letting you know that, putting it out there. Grandchildren, you did find the bees then, right here, all of them here. Give me your ideas. If you like this, subscribe and share it with other people. This makes 24 servings. You guys slice it up and you can get it's about 217 calories for each little loaf that you do, and it's 4 grams of protein, 20 grams of fiber, lots of fiber in there. I'm going to put
Honey glaze
here, and then I'll squeeze it out on there. Almost done. You let it cool 20 minutes. I am losing it because the strudel was supposed to go on before it went in baking. So I will make another one and show you how it's supposed to look. This, since this is not done correctly, I'm going to do the honey glaze over top of this. I'll show you that picture. So it's all good. By the way, this is a storage box if you're wanting a storage box. All right, these are ready to lift out, and I'll make another batch so I can do the strudel, bake it, put it on before I bake it. See how easy these lift out? Awesome. Genius idea. And then it's very clean. Put the honey powdered sugar, which if I got that right, yes it is. Half a cup of powdered sugar and a fourth cup of honey. So I'll put that on this one. Have a sweet day, and we'll have taste testing after this. Looks pretty good. This is the honey and powdered sugar. The glazed ones are done. Now, here's the dough. The batter, I guess batter is a better word. And I broke this apart. It's been in the fridge. Break it apart with a fork. And then you just crumble it on top. Bake it. This last batch took me almost 40 minutes, so you can, it varies. So we just crumble this on top. And yes, my hands are clean. I'm washing dishes. I'll show you what it looks like after it comes out of the oven. Here's the crumble. Alexa, set the timer for 30 minutes. Starting now. And that is how you bake the crumble. Perfect. Okay, tell me which one you like better. Yes, the one with the glaze or the one with the crumbles? What's your vote?
Crumbles.
You like the crumbles? Crumbles? Ada, which one do you like?
I haven't tried them.
You haven't tried it yet? You want to try it?
Actually tired.